Baby, you're not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now, and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me. Oh.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put the fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind, and all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put the fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. is a law of nature.
close to the speed of light is a kind of elixir of life. Because time slows down close to the speed of light, special relativity provides us with a means of going to the stars.
chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe. And I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport. My name is Dan Davis, also known as Unorthodox, and we are back here. We're back live once again, starting a new season coming up very shortly, but we are carrying on our F1 Championship. We are here at round 11, and we are at the Netherlands, here at the home of Max Verstappen, racing at Zandvoort, one of the newer circuits that's come to F1 in recent years. Obviously an old school classic circuit, and it is nice to finally be racing here at Zandvoort. Circuit length is quite a short circuit. It's 4.2 kilometers long, about 2.6 miles long, and the race length is 72 laps. And it currently has 14 corners here, and obviously the main invitation to this circuit is the banking. So what we're looking for tonight is these guys are doing a qualifying session right now. We are currently on board with Gt3 and also Gary131 out on track as well, and a few new faces and familiar faces as always. Guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and make sure you tune in, because this week we get our championship back underway for the GT3s, and also a new championship underway of the British Touring Car Championship. Obviously, a lot of us here at Simplay Motorsport are massive fans of the touring cars. But let's get a rundown of the drivers that are here. Fury CBK currently in the pits right now, doing it for McLaren. We've also got a new driver here, Craig E28. We've seen this guy race a few times in other leagues, and it's nice to finally have him here over at Simplay Motorsport doing it for Williams. Lucas Roth, aka Keegs, currently in the pits for doing it for Haas. Gt3 currently out on track doing it for Mercedes. His teammate Brink currently not here at the minute, and Aston Martin duo, one of them being Gary131, back once again. Has his head recovered from Donington Park? That is the question, as he was pretty heavy on the drinks last time, as we got a yellow flag already. Doing it for Haas is Rabbit Joe, currently out on track. A. Smith doing it for AlphaTauri, and your championship leader Matahimovic currently on circuit as well. DJ Phil doing it for Red Bull, and PN Motorsport doing it for Ferrari. Then we got a new driver of two shot for you, who's currently struggling a little bit there, but he's underway by the looks of things, and back on track. Then we got Big Boy Brazier currently in 12th place position in the Ferrari, and also Matimovic, main challenger tonight, is this man, Green Pies. And the championships looks like this going into round 11. Matijevic does lead the way. In second place is Green Pies. 179 points is Matt's way. And 156 of Green Pies. 23 points separate these two. In third place is Gary131, 71 points behind with Mazda in fourth, 101 points, but he sadly pulled out of the championship. In fifth place is Sati, who's not racing tonight for McLaren, so he is not racing either, so 105 points behind is he. Then our next challenger is PM Motorsport with 54 points to his name, is 125 behind with Fury in seventh place position. Can he get past PM Motorsport? Eighth place is the AlphaTauri of A. Smith with his teammate Monkey Boy, both tied on 38 points, 141 off the lead, with Emo Guy in 10th place. Haven't seen him for a while. And 11th place is the Mutts Nuts. 12th place is Big Boy Brazier, with 13th is D Biggs. DJ Phil currently in 14th place, with Argent in 15th. KLF 916th. Rabbit Joe in 17th. 18th is Glick Joe. 19th is Gt3 Championship, and 20th is Bryn, who's currently not in the session. As we got a couple of comments coming in saying hi Mummy D, hi in the chats from her. So guys, get your chat in, let's hear from you and get as many people into this stream as we possibly can. And it is currently Green Pies who sets the fastest lap of the race, with Matijevic, sorry, not fastest lap of the race, guys, it's been a while since I commented. Fastest lap of the session, and it's Matijevic coming through the final corner now. Let's get some telemetry. Nope, we want lap data, that's what we want. And we also want some track map, so we know where people are on track. As Matijevic crosses the line, Big Boy Brazier goes faster, but it is Matijevic who takes fastest lap so far. Can anyone top him? Gary131 crosses the line and only goes up into fourth place position. Currently we got Haas coming through the final corner. This is Rabbit Joe, 7th place at the minute, looking to try and improve his time and get a little bit higher. Can he do so? He does find a little bit of time, but not enough to move up any higher. Now we got A. Smith exiting the final corner, that beautifully banked corner. He is opting for the pits. So Craig E and looks like two shot for you currently in 13th place. Both the Williams drivers on circuit together. It's got a yellow flag. Who is that? Looks like Rabbit Joe's had a moment. He has, and he has lost the front wing. So hopefully he can get that sorted. So currently Rabbit Joe obviously creeping around to get that front wing back to the track. Most drivers going back in to get another fresh set of inters. Big Boy Brazier exiting the final corner. What can he do? Showed some good pace out in Spa last time out. Looked like he was going to take the win, but just got outdone by the safety car. Crosses the line. He stays third place, but it's very close as Matijevic goes faster again. He seems to have found a setup that suits him very well, and he is going quicker and quicker. So Matt looking very good at this stage. Who else is currently on lap time? Lucas Roth crosses the line at 22.0. So not quite quick enough. Who is currently on a lap? It looks like Craig E possibly on a lap time. And there is Craig E currently going through the middle sector. There's a yellow flag in the first sector. I think that's possibly Joe struggling again. So he is probably on the way again. But we are currently on board with Craig E. And I think that is Matt going really slow, saving his battery and probably his tyres as well. So he wants to start with a nice set of tyres. Craig E currently a second down on his best as he exits the very slow hairpin. And into the final sector we go. And guys, make sure you tune in for the race, because this should be a very fascinating race. A circuit where it's very difficult to overtake. And Craig E into the pits. That looks like a Ferrari. That's also PM Motorsport. Sorry, Big Boy Brazier come flying into the pits. Gt3 Championship towards the line. Can he improve? He does not. He stays in 9th place position. Who is currently on a lap time? Lucas Roth. Also, Matijevic is going into the pits. So it is Lucas Roth coming into the final quarter. Joe Ram has finally got into the session. Nice to have him. Hopefully he can be able to pick a car and get into the qualifying session. Across the line, Lucas Roth goes in 8th place position. So it does not improve on that lap time. We've got an Alfa Romeo currently exit the final corner. This is green pies. We'll do a lap here with green pies at Zandvoort as we go up into turn 1, brake at the 50-meter board and turn into turn 1. Slightly banked, do not want to touch that curb. It is very lethal if you do touch the curb. Run a little bit wide and then quick into 2 and 3 into a big bank turn 4. The Ref 1 cars tend to take a wide line, but on the game it seems to be quicker to stay on the inside. Get a good exit out of there towards 5 and 6. Kind of a roller coaster feel is this one. Towards 7 we go. Making sure you get the apex bang on here. Long corner, purple first sector into 8 and 9. Bring it 50-meter board, clip that curb. Car feels a little bit unsettled. Yellow flag into this sector as it goes into the slow hairpin. Hopefully the Haas will stay out the way, and it does so. So green pies could continue on his lap. Another slow hairpin. Normally this would then lead into a DRS zone, and towards the line he goes. Middle sector, he is purple. He's up on this lap time. He's 4/10 up. This is going to be a good lap from green pies. He just needs to get this final sector nailed, and he gets out the corner relatively well into the final few corners now, into the banking. He can pretty much take this flat in the dry. In the wet, can he do it? Yes, he can. The banking will help him out. And towards the line, DRS would have been open, but not this time. Green pies, has he gone pole? Yes, he has, by a 1/10 of a second, as we see Smithy in the chat saying, oi, oi, go on, little Smith. And that is a lap time of Zandvoort for you, and he slows right down. We got another yellow flag. It is a Haas of Lucas Roth. He's had a little spin. Hopefully the rain is only here for qualifying, because these guys all look to be struggling in the wet a little bit. So guys, hit the like button if you like what you see. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. As we can see here, Piano Motorsport currently out on track. As you see, another Alfa Romeo Gel Ram has finally got out on track, and here is the man currently out setting some lap times to try and get him a little bit higher in this qualifying session. Still only a few guys not set a lap time. Fury, DJ Phil and 2 Shot for you. We're still setting lap times here, but there's probably all still trying to get used to the conditions here. It looks like it's going to be wet. Hopefully the wet weather isn't going to stick with us for the race. It should hopefully clear, and we can have some great racing here. Like I said, Zandvoort, one of the more difficult circuits to overtake. Very small, very tight, and it's very much a home of the Netherlands, where Max Verstappen dominated in 2021. A lot of cars going into the pits. Currently on board with Big Boy Brazier. He's currently on a lap time, sector 3, as one of the Alfa Romeos goes towards the line. That's green pies. He's entering the pits. Big Boy Brazier currently 3rd place at this stage. Is he looking to improve his lap time? Fury's mum's in the chat. Good evening to Fury's mum. It feels a little bit weird speaking to all these guys in the chat, as Craig E has made a mistake. He has put it in the wall as Fury comes around the corner. There is Craig E. Craig E is now out of this session, but hopefully he will be in for the race, so we will see him a little bit later on. And Fury currently out on track. A lot of potential with this man next season. Obviously signing up with his new teammate Mazda for the GT3s. With an interesting name nonetheless. Of the Teletubbies Racing, I believe they're called. He definitely dresses like a Teletubby, I can tell you that for sure. As Gel Ram is now coming into the final corner now. Gel Ram, is he going to set a flyer here? I've seen this guy race these championships before, and he's a very quick guy towards the line. Gel Ram, he goes P2 with that. It's an Alfa Romeo 1-2, and the man who ain't going to like that is this man, Mata Imovic. The Aston Martin driver needs to now get Gel Ram separated between those two, as the Ferrari, our Big Boy Brazier, has lost the front wing. Fury's granddad is in the chat. Evening all, good luck everyone. Go Tinky Winky. And if anyone wants to know who Tinky Winky is, it's this man here, Fury. Obviously not dressed in Tinky Winky colours here, but nonetheless, New nickname for him, Tinky Winky. Fury is now on track. Smithy, Fury's mum, Fury's granddad, waving to them, and nice to see the guys interacting in the chat. We have got a Haas off at the minute. That is Rabbit Joe. He's currently on an outlap, so as long as he hasn't burnt up those tyres too much, he should be all right. As Go 10 Duffing goes past. He is currently on the lap time. Is he going to improve? Young Floyd here, exiting the final. Our youngest driver here exits the final corner, and he opts to pit. So who else on lap time? Rabbit Joe is currently in the final sector, and he is looking to improve his lap time. As I think Gel Ram is currently on a lap, on an out lap. Sorry, in lap. Let's see if he goes into the pits. We do have another Haas behind him. That is Lucas Roth, and I know for a fact he is on an out lap, as we can see on the Delta. But Gel Ram straight into the pits. There's all to do for this man, Matahimovic. Is he currently purple in the middle sector? This is what we need to know. Towards the middle sector he comes. A. Smith also crosses that sector. Matt is currently a 10th down. Let's go to Fury. He's the next man to come across the line. He exits the penultimate corner into the final bank corner. Flat out all the way. Fury CBK, what can he do? Tinky Winky to the line. And he only goes 12th. That's not a good lap time from him. A. Smith towards the line. Does he improve? No, he doesn't. Matimovic, does he improve? No, he's 2/10 down. So, as it looks, it's Alfa Romeo 1 and 2. Gary 131 exiting the final few corners now. And he exits the final corner. Can he get a good run? Can he help his teammate out? No, because he's currently on an outlap. I'm half asleep here. Also, Two Shot For You is currently on an outlap as well. We'll go on board with this guy because we haven't seen him here at Simplay Motorsport, running the 69 and exits the final corner in the Williams. What can he do here tonight? Is he looking to try and keep his nose clean and get in the fight? As Nikki is also in the chat. Hi everyone, hello Dan, Team Prolapse. And we're sad to see Prolapse leave Simplay Motorsport, not often racing anymore, focusing on other things and other commitments. But nonetheless, we wish the best of luck to the Prolapse boys. We will miss you massively, but most of us here will still be running the flag here at Team Prolapse, myself included. So Nikki and all boys, enjoy your retirement. We will miss you, but at the same time, come back for a couple of races if need be. As Matimovic exits the final corner now. Has he improved on this lap? He's caught A. Smith relatively quick. He has! And he's gone pole position. A 1:19.4 for Matimovic. Boom. He says, there you go, Alfa Romeos. What can you do? Gel Ram currently out on track. Can he improve on his lap time? We'll keep an eye on him. Also, Big Boy Brazier is on a lap time. So these guys on their outlaps, as Matt has actually retired from the session. He's dropped it all on his own. So Matt might be out of this session. As Gary doesn't improve, he's currently in 5th place position as we see him, his teammate in the wall. So the two people we need to keep an eye on is Gel Ram and Big Boy Brazier. Big Boy Brazier currently on a lap time. Oh, we will be back for a few, as Nikki says in the chat. Nice to see you boys back in the chat. Would be great to see us. As we see here, DJ Phil and Big Boy Brazier tripping over one another, and it's really DJ Phil should have got out the way and allowed Jamie to complete his lap. Mommy D, we have seen the photos, and yeah, we have. If any of you want to see the disaster of Donington Park, then feel free to have a look on the Facebook page. There's plenty of photos and videos of all of us, most of the drivers in the chat. I think Matimovic, Big Gary 131, Lucas Roth in there as well, Rabbit Joe, myself, Fury, all those guys were at Donington Park, and what a great night that was. It was awesome, and already missing it. As Gary 131 exits the final corner, has he improved on his lap time? He does not. Big Boy Brazier was on a better lap, but he was obviously held up by DJ Phil, so hopefully he can get a better lap in. As we see Jamie Brazier going over the crest now towards the back of that Aston Martin. Can he find a way past and get a good lap under his belt? That is the question. Track looks a little bit moist, says Nicky. Yep, just a little bit. As Gelram, as I missed that, has gone fastest overall, a 19.2. So it looks like track conditions are improving and people are on their last laps. Green Pies ain't going to improve. He's lost a wheel, or someone's lost a wheel. Gelram's on pole position. Green Pies is out of this session. Gary 131, is he going to improve his lap time? That is the question. Gary going very, very wide there. As we've got a couple of yellow flags. The Alfa Romeos can't improve. This is the end of the session. We will see. Oh, as Gary's dropped it big time. And Big Boy Brazier goes around the corner. He goes into the final sector. Has he improved? Has he found the lap time that he needed? Oh, he doesn't quite. He will stay 4th place. Who's there next? Gary comes towards the line. That's A. Smith has finished the session. Lucas Roth, we're still waiting for him to cross the line. A few others as well. Two Shot For You is also on his way towards the line. He decides to bail out. Rabbit Joe just doing some mowing by the looks of things. Lucas Roth towards the line. Can he improve on 6th place position? No, he cannot. He will stay in 6th place. Rabbit Joe is the only one to finish, and I don't really think this is going to be a quicker lap from him, but it is the first time attempt for Gelram, and he takes pole position here at Zandvoort away from Matimovic. So already he's making a storm here. So good start for this man. Matimovic currently out as well, but he will start 2nd place on the front row with Gelram. Green Pies will start on the 2nd row with this man, Big Boy Brazier. 5th will be Gary 131. 6th will be a Lucas Roth. 7th will be A. Smith. 8th will be PN Motorsport. 9th will be a Rabbit Joe. DJ Phil will start in 10th. 11th is Gt3 Duffin. 12th is Two Shot For You. 13th is Craig E. And in 14th place position is Fury CBK. Not quite what I was expecting here, as we are about to get underway for the race here. 72 laps for these guys to endure. That should be an exciting one nonetheless. But like I said, Alfa Romeo take pole position here with Gelram in the lead seat there for the team. And it's going to be an exciting race nonetheless. What can Matimovic do? Is he going to be able to get past Gelram, or is Green Pies going to try and get in the mix with a wet qualifying session? That is it. And a couple of penalties there. 5th place grid penalty for Green Pies actually, and Rabbit Joe. So yeah, not good there by the looks of things, and it should be interesting to see, as we will be underway very shortly. So I'm just waiting for the boys to ready up. Yeah, as we see a couple of people taking a few set of tyres, but hopefully it will be a dry session for them. Guys, if you like what you see here, then hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get involved, then drop a message on our Facebook page and Discord, and we can get you set up for the new season that's coming along. Tuesday night, we'll be back underway with a brand new championship, the British Touring Car Championship. All British circuits, Touring Car Championship, who is going to come out on top. Also, Wednesday night and Thursday night, the GT3s will return. Pro-Am and Pro back on track once again, and we start things off at Sekito at Japan. Who is going to be the new Pro Champion, with myself stepping out for a season to give you guys the views and comms for the season. And also Pro-Am, Matimovic and Emplava moving up with Smoky Devil, who's then going to take the title. Can Little H redeem himself and take a title in Pro-Am with his good friend Smithy, or will a new blood be taking over the reign? Will Dean finally get underway and get a championship under his belt? As we're about to get underway here, as they do their formation lap, if they do get disqualified from the formation lap, doesn't mean it's all over. They will be able to race still. Currently 13 people watching the stream, guys. If you haven't done so, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified for when we are live, so you do not miss a single day's race of action here. And as you can already see, people are being disqualified from the warm-up lap, but obviously that's just there. They're not actually out of the race just yet. So let's run through the grid once more. Gelram will start on pole position with Matovic starting second. Third will be Big Boy Brazier. Fourth will be Gary 131. Fifth will be a Lucas Roth. Sixth is a Smith. Seventh is PM Motorsport. Eighth will be Green Pies after his penalty has been applied. DJ Phil will start in 9th. 10th is Go 10 Duffin. 11th is Two Shot For You. 12th is Craig E28. Fury will start 13th, and Rabbit Joe will start right at the back. Guys, get your votes in on who you think is going to be the winner of the race tonight. Get your votes in and support the drivers, as Fury has got a lot of work to do himself. What is tyres people opted to go for? That is the question as well, as we do get the tyre options up. Gelram has gone for the medium tyre. Matt is soft. Big Boy Brazier soft. Gary's gone for the medium tyre. Lucas Roth soft. And we don't see another medium tyre until Fury and Rabbit Joe. So this is going to be an interesting race. Like I said, guys, get your votes in on who you think is going to be the champion tonight here at Zandvoort. It's between Martinovic and Green Pies for the championship. We got some new blood here tonight. Can they steal wins away? All still to play for in this championship, as they're all about to line up. This is a lovely angle that I'm getting right here, so we will change that up. Nope, we won't, because we can't. So like I said, Gelram on pole position with Matovic riding alongside. 72 laps here at the Netherlands. We're currently just waiting for everyone to load up. That's much better. We are lights up here. And it's green here at the Netherlands, and they'll get a reasonable start. One of the cars doesn't even go. I think that's Craig. Two Shot For You does not move. And we are underway here with Gelram with a great start. Gary 131 straight down the inside, but Go 10 Duffin has had a spin. He's gone round, but it's Gelram, Matovic, but it's Big Boy Brazier and Gary 131 going side by side. Then they got Lucas Roth right behind them with Green Pies in between as well. A Smith with a decent start. PM Motorsport is on the move as well, as everyone gets themselves all together, as Craig E is just with them as well. A little bit of contact from those guys, but most of them are clean, and away through they go. Is Kelly racing this season? Yes, he is. He is racing in the pro with his teammate Sutty Apex. But we are focusing on the race here tonight. It's going to be difficult for these guys to overtake. But it is. Oh, it's Fury's dropped it. Fury's had a spin, and he looks like he's got front wing damage. We have a virtual safety car, so everything will just slow down for a minute. Two Shot For You with a bad start, didn't really get going. I don't know if that was lag or what, but he's got underway. Go 10 Duffin with damage. DJ Phil a bit slow. Everyone just slowing down to meet their deltas, but Fury with a very poor start, probably front wing damage, which won't help him either. But it is still with Gelram who leads this race, as Matt is very slow, a very slow pace from these guys. Gelram obviously wanting to go as long as possible with those medium tyres, just waiting for the green flag. I think most of the circuit is cleared and underway. Gelram is about to try and keep Matovic behind him for as long as possible. So after the first lap, it is Gelram at front, Matovic in second, third is Big Boy Brazier, fourth is Gary 131, fifth is Lucas Roth, sixth is Green Pie, seventh is A Smith, eighth is Rabbit Joe, ninth is Craig E, 10th is, there's your strategy, soft, medium is what it reckons, DJ Phil in 10th, 11th is PN Motorsport, 12th is Two Shot For You, Go 10 Duffin in the pits at 13th place, 14th is Fury, but hopefully we should be able to go green very shortly. This yellow flag is out for a while, as we are now green. And Gelram probably got caught out the worst spot, but Matt was even caught out even worse there, trying to attack as quickly as possible, and he's just been caught out ever so slightly. We've got a yellow flag in the sector 2, but it's cleared itself. Lucas Roth now under pressure from Green Pies, who looks to the inside but can't get the job done. Lucas Roth doing a very good job of keeping him behind. We go on board with Lucas Roth from the rear wing of the Haas. And all we can see is Alfa Romeo breathing down him. Green Pies won a great run out the final corner. He should be able to get the DRS. Oh, as Lucas Roth actually drops it all on his own. We are on board with him there, and he just drops it all on his own. Very weird there. It's his yellow flag in the final sector. Can he get it going without making any contact? Yes, he does. So good job on him not making any contact. As Gelram still leads this race, but he seems to be struggling a little bit. He's got Matovic breathing down his neck. Matt looks like he's got a great run here. 2 shot for you, setting the fastest lap of the race, but obviously that was due to everyone getting green again and the fastest lap being set, because he had more pace on the circuit. But Matimovic currently looking for a way past, but he's got big boy Brazier breathing down his neck as well. Green Pies is just about to join this fight as well, but Gary's dropped down a little bit on those medium tires. Just seem to be struggling for pace at the minute. But as you can see, all these guys are struggling. Hunter, Daniel saying, let's go Fury. Fury's got a lot of work to do. PN Motorsport currently exiting the pits after front wing damage. DRS is enabled, and it's purple sector for this man, Green Pies. He is right on the back of the leading group, and it is Gelram who's holding these guys up, but he's doing a very good job. He wants his strategy to work on the medium tyre. Matimovic still wanted to get as close as he can, but he might have left himself a little bit vulnerable. It's big boy Brazier with the DRS. We've got a yellow flag. PN Motorsport has retired from the session, and that's another virtual safety car. Everyone has to pull out just as everything's just about to get exciting. They have to just pull out of the race as they have got a full-blown safety car now. This is a full-blown safety car. Already we've got a safety car as I get a swig of my drink. Lucas Roth has opted to pit in this stage, as A. Smith has managed to work himself up into 6th place position. So it's all about keeping your nose clean. This will help out the likes of Fury and all, as I think DJ Phil has just crashed into the safety car. But Craig E also just seems to be struggling a little bit. Hopefully he can get himself going as he does so. But this will help out the likes of Fury. Two shot for you to carry on. Gt3 Duffin and Lucas Roth, all these guys, as Lucas Roth does his classic thing of putting on the hard tyre. Can Keys gets himself to the end of this race on the hard tyres. We did it last time and it rewarded him a point. So Keys onto the hard tyres now. So there's currently 17 people currently watching the stream. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. And please get your votes in on who you think is going to take this win. Is Gelram going to get his first win and his first appearance here at Simplay Motorsport, or will Matimovic take another win and extend the gap to his rival Green Pies? Big boy Brazier, a familiar name here at Simplay Motorsport. Can he get the win? And can Green Pies try and catch a little bit more on him? As PN Motorsport said, had no grip at all. PN, can you let me know what tyre you won so we can know? Because at the minute, it looks like Gelram... Oh, he was on the medium, sorry. I can see it on the Delta. He was on the medium, so it looks like he was struggling on the medium tyre. Car would not turn, so PN with more struggles there. As DJ Phil is released. Red Bull doing a fantastic job of changing the front wing. He should be able to stay ahead of Fury. Or is Fury just about get him? I'm not sure. It's going to be tight between these two, but I think DJ Phil might stay ahead. Or no, Fury gets the jump. Fury will stay ahead of DJ Phil, which will help him out because he can then clear the traffic a little bit easier for himself, as they are now behind the safety car. So we are under safety car conditions here, and it's still the Alfa Romeo of Gelram leading this race, and just once again just proves how difficult it is to overtake around here. And nonetheless, he's doing a fantastic job of keeping these boys behind, the guys who have been on top of the season. Big boy Brazier obviously just joined in halfway through the season, has already shown how quick he is. Matimovic obviously leading the championship at this stage, with Green Pies his main rival. Gary also another winner, but I think Gary's the only other person to win a race other than the top two of Matimovic and Green Pies. So hopefully Gelram can bring that up. As Nikki says in the chat, that's a shame. Mediums, as I lost it on the softs too. Hate this circuit, rather race around Singapore. Ooh. We're on board with Gary131, and this man's got a history for one circuit that we added to the calendar, and that is Kota. And Green Pies will know all about that one, especially on another league. But come on, guys, let's hear from you. Let's hear you support your drivers. Who are you supporting here? As I want to get as many votes in as we possibly can. Who you think is going to take the win here tonight? I just noticed as well, it's Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin, Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin. So all those guys doing a great job for their team. And And like I said, there are still a few more seats available if you want to be a part of the F1 race. We will be doing another championship in the F1s. And I think we might mix up the season once again with different tracks. We might have Singapore back. But nonetheless, this is the way it's going right now. Gelram still leading this race. We're still under safety car. Everyone is now caught up. So Gelram, pole. Second is Matimovic. Third is Big Boy Brazier. Fourth is Green Pies. Fifth is Gary 131. Sixth is A. Smith. Seventh, Rabbit Joe. Eighth is Craig. 9th is Fury CBK, 10th is DJ Phil, 11th is Go10 Duffin, 12th is Two Shot For You and Lucas Roth at the back. PM Motorsport, our only non-finisher so far. Our safety car is coming in this lap. Gelram needs to make sure he controls the pace. No stop starting. He needs to keep it nice and smooth to make it fair on the others and they don't crash into one another. It's all about getting that good exit, Gelram, as he now goes into the slower section. He's very slow here. As we are about to get underway here, as he goes really slow. He wants a good launch out the penultimate corner probably. And he's waiting. We go on board with Matt. Let's see when Gelram goes. Is he going to leave it the last minute? That is the question. He's really taking his time here. He's waiting. It's going to be a while before we get going again. Gelram really unsure of when he wants to go. He's going to leave it the last minute, I think, at this rate. He's got to go soon, though. And he's gone. Gelram has finally gone. He was very late. And there we are back green underway. And Green Pies has caught out Big Boy Brazier. And that's exactly what Alfa Romeo wanted. Nicky says in the chat, I'm here for Furby. Got to support the Prolapse as he does so. But Matt just sticks with Gelram, but it's Green Pies who gets the jump on Big Boy Brazier. Gary sticking with the back of the Ferrari as well. 8th Smith in 6th place. Rabbit Joe 7th. 8th is Fury. 9th is Craig. 10th is DJ Phil. Go10 Duffin. And Lucas Roth already on the move with his hard tyres. But we go back to the front. And all these boys are back on the way. The Ferrari has been done by the Alfa Romeo. Probably both those boys work together to try and at least jump a few cars to help Green Pies out. And Green Pies is now looking to try and chase the top two. After a qualifying penalty, he is now on his way to chase the leaders. Fury's just made a move on Rabbit Joe. Looks like Rabbit Joe just seems to be struggling a little bit on the medium tyre. So medium tyre seems to be the tyre that... Oh! As A. Smith has a big slide! And he hits the wall ever so slightly. He manages to keep going. No damage to him, other than probably rear wing and talent. But other than that, he is underway again and straight into the pits. So such a shame there for A. Smith. Into the pits he goes. He's got a yellow flag in sector 1. Why is that? Gary 131 is facing the wrong way. And he's on those medium tyres, and it is the tyres that seem to be the ones that are struggling the most. Can't seem to get heat into the tyre, as Gelram once again is holding up Matimovic, who's backing him up into Green Pies, who's also getting Big Boy Brazier back into this fight. Great racing from the top 5, well, was, until Gary 131 dropped it. But Gelram and Green Pies now are split by Matimovic in second place, and Big Boy Brazier also getting involved. This is great to watch from these four. Oh, it's Gelram. That's a big slide. That's going to open the door for Matimovic. They split him. Green Pies and Matimovic have split him. And they rub doors. They rub each other. And it's Gelram who comes out worse. And Green Pies down the inside. Gelram's going to come back as well. And look at this. Gelram gets split by the two Gelram gets split by the top two drivers. Oh, as Matt has a big wiggle and keeps it under control. And Gelram has managed to get himself back in front. Now it's Big Boy Brazier who's looking to make a move. Gelram sticks to the inside. Matimovic going to go right round the outside. Can he get the job done? No, he can't. So Big Boy Brazier just sitting there watching at this stage. But Gelram just manages to hang on. Two shot for you in the pits right now. But Big Boy Brazier, we're watching this fight. And I think Green Pies will want to disappear into the distance now. The Gelram is going to be his support driver pretty much in this. As Matimovic will be annoyed that there is a car between him and his championship rival. Or as it looks like both Alphas are very slow, and Matt goes right round the outside. I don't think that was a move that was meant to happen. And also, just want to touch on, Fury has moved his way up into 5th place. Fury Oh, Fury, I'm really sorry. That did not mean to happen. As we go back to the top 3, I can't look away because Matt is going around the outside of Gel Ram. He gets into the gravel. Big Boy Brazier is going to follow him through, and he doesn't quite get it. Gel Ram looks like he's going to go back down the inside of Matimovic, and he doesn't quite get the job done. Yellow flag in Sector 2. That is Gt3 Championship, but he is back underway. And it's Green Pies who opts to pit there straight away, and there's a bit of weaving going on as Big Boy Brazier now goes down the inside of Gel Ram, and they both go deep, and Big Boy, can he keep it going? Oh, he just keeps it undergoing as looks like Green Pies has got front wing damage. DJ Phil now on his way with Craig E battling quite close to him. Gary's on a recovery run here as Hunter Daniel says let's go Fury, and it was going well for Fury, but he's now facing the wrong way, and he's now got no front wing as well. So Fury's race was going well, dropped it, going really well, and dropped it again. So Fury is back underway, back to the leaders, and it's Matimovic, Gel Ram, and Big Boy Brazier. Big Boy just watching this all unfold. Gel Ram on the medium tyre, looks like the man to look the stronger car now with all the tyres starting to wear out. Dan, you jinxed him. Yeah, I know. I jinxed him again. Just like I said, he was doing really well. And Fury will have to just try and get into the pits as quickly as he possibly can. Lucas Roth also exits the pits. He's obviously had an incident somewhere. As Nicky says, come on, Fury. So now these 3 are underway. They can probably get some lap times behind their belt. And I don't think they're battling too much. So that should help Matt pull away a little bit from Green Pies. Now, Gary is on the move. Also got a yellow flag in Sector 2. He has now worked his way past Craig E and is now onto the back of DJ Phil. All these guys are going to be hunted down by this man, Green Pies, and Fury is now into the pits. So Green Pies also will want to try and chase him down as quickly as they can. And I say that, Gary... Oh, as Green Pies has left the session, we've got a virtual safety car. So more internet issues for Green Pies there. So this should actually help Matimovic out. Oh, so I'm trying to get myself comfortable here. This is an open door opportunity to come into the pits, change some tyres, and get back on track. I think Matt will be mad not to. As Matt coming into the penultimate corner, will he choose to pit? Obviously Green Pies has left the session. He can get back in, so his AI has taken over, but it is virtual safety car, so that's a benefit as well. So will Matt pit? Green Pies is back in. Gel Ram stays out, so does Big Boy Brazier. He had a little bit of lag there, so hopefully he hasn't got any issues. Rabbit Joe, quietly minding his own business, is currently in 4th place position, and he's actually not too far behind the leaders. So Rabbit Joe doing a very good job. DJ Phil currently in 5th, Craig E in 6th, Gary 131 in 7th, but Green Pies obviously has pitted. So he has pitted, obviously left the session and has come back in, but obviously won't lose too much. Gary is into the pits after he's going to change his front wing. I believe A. Smith has been into the pits as well, so he is currently out of position as well, as we are back racing here. And what is the deal with the leaders? Gel Ram right on the back of Matimovic once again. The top 3 very, very close to one another. This Zandvoort circuit is bringing out some great racing here tonight. There's Gel Ram trying everything. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. Who is that? That's DJ Phil. He's had a moment. Green Pies will be coming around the corner. He'll suddenly see a Red Bull going slowly. Will he be able to clear that car quickly? No, he's going to have to take his time. He's going to go down the inside of DJ Phil, and he gets the job done. One less car for him to worry about. Big Boy Brazier just seems to be struggling a little bit to stick to the leaders at this stage. As Gel Ram gets a great run out the final corner. Matt will have to make one move and one move only. He goes to the inside, and Gel Ram will have to go right round the outside. Is he going to do it? No. As Matt closes the door on him, and Gel Ram have to wait a little bit longer. As Big Boy Brazier at this stage just has to sit and watch in a minute. There's not really much he can do. He doesn't seem to have the overall pace of these two. Just seems to be lurking behind. Rabbit Joe currently doing a fantastic job at the minute. Not pitted yet and just kept his nose clean. Same with Craig E. Green Pie is currently on the move as well, looking to try and gain some more points. So the main fight is between the top three. The closest fight on track. Keeping my eyes on the deltas as well to give you all the fight up and down. So Matimovic still leading from Gel Ram. The thing is, he's on the soft tyre. Gel Ram's on the medium, so he can go much longer for a longer pace than Matt can, and also Big Boy Brazier, who's just dropping off the back of these two. Just does not seem to have the pace to stick with them. Gel Ram with the DRS again. The straights are just too short, and is unable to find a way past. So Matt stays in front. There's Big Boy Brazier, not too far behind either. It's so tantalizingly close for him. He can't quite get close enough to these three. What a beautiful shot that is. And speaking of pace, Green Pies has lit up the track as we've got a yellow flag, and Go10 Duffin is out of this session. Is that going to trigger a virtual safety car? It does, and Craig E chops the nose of Green Pies there, and he can't seem to find a way past. As we've got a couple of guys possibly taking their pit stops. So we got a full-blown safety car now, and one of them who did take his pit stop is Matimovic. No, he's had a spin. Matimovic has made a mistake. He has dropped down the order. He has to pit this lap. He has to. He doesn't. He doesn't. He stays out. I don't know if that was a good choice or not. So Matt has made a mistake somewhere under the safety car. It's a good thing we didn't catch that on stream, because that might have been a little bit embarrassing. But it's Rabbit Joe who's still going solid there in 4th place position. He will now catch the back of the pack, as will Craig E, and more importantly, so does DJ Phil and Green Pies. Green Pies obviously is the main man we want to keep an eye on. He is the one on a mission to try and catch the leaders. He has got one pit stop underway, and he is now on the medium tyre. His tyres are 10 laps younger than the leaders. As Nikki says in the chat, Gel Ram is good, puts up a good fight. They are doing a fantastic job, the top three, and Green Pies at that as well. But he's currently working his way back up the pack. 20 people currently watching the stream. Guys, hit that like button if you haven't done so, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. Make sure you tune in on Tuesday night as well, as the first round of the British Touring Car Championship will begin, as we are heading to a Brands Hatch Indy for the touring cars to hit the circuit for the first time. And then we have our Gt3 Championship will begin with Pro-Am on the Wednesday night and Pro on the Thursday night. Who is going to take the glory in both of those races? That is the question, as we go to Japan. Sekito, aka Suzuka, who is going to come out on top. Aidan Bennett is in the chat. Evening all. Matt hit with the commentator's curse. Matt needs a little bit of cursing this season, because he has done very well and has been the man to beat this season. But with this man, Green Pies giving him a run for his money is something to keep an eye on towards the end of the season. And both of these guys will be missing races. I believe Green Pies will be moving house and he won't have his rig. So you might hear him in the commentary box instead of myself, because I might have a quick go. And Matimovic is actually working away, commentating in Switzerland for a job. So it's nice to hear that Matt is being appreciated for his commentary, and will be starting his new job very shortly. But both of these drivers will be missing rounds. Could be an opportunity for the likes of Big Boy Brazier to get to get a chance to get a race win. Nikki says in the chat, Dan is doing his voodoo magic on the drivers. You know it, Nikki. Been doing it for years. So the current order right now under the safety car, lap 16 here at Zandvoort as the beautiful sunshine has come out. It is Gelram who leads the way with Big Boy Brazier in second. Third is Matahimovic. Fourth is Rabbit Joe. Top 5, including Craig E, have not pitted yet and has still got to pit. Green Pie is currently in 6th place position. 7th is A Smith. 8th is Gary 131. Fury in 9th. DJ Phil in 10th place position. 11th is Lucas Roth, and bringing up the rear is 2 Shot For You, who's actually been lapped by the top 2. So, sorry, top 4. So he'll want to try and get himself out of that squabble as quickly as he can, as the safety car is in this lap. So Gelram once again will control the pace. Is he going to leave it to the last minute? That is the question, as he exits the final corner, as Big Boy Brazier is right on to the back of him. Little rev there from him. He is just teasing these guys. So we wait for them to get going. Gelram really slow. And now he's gone, Gelram, and we're back underway here once again. He leaves it to the very last second and he pulls away. Gelram with a great restart, but Matimovic is down the inside of Big Boy Brazier. He needs to do this so he can keep ahead of him, but he doesn't do so. Green Pie's already on the move. He is done. Craig E. We've got a couple of slow cars, as that is 2 Shot For You, who is a lap down on all these. He's now getting past left, right and centre. Fury's one of them. Look at this squabble of cars, all trying to clear that Williams as quickly as they possibly can. And they've all done so very well. As Green Pies looks like he got held up a little bit. We go back to these two, Craig E and Fury, battling it out for 5th and 6th place. We've got a spinner. I believe that's 2 Shot For You. No, it's DJ Phil who's had a spin. We go back to the leader. Gelram with a great restart is pulling away. Big Boy Brazier in 2nd. 3rd is Matimovic. As Joe has got a bit of a fight between Green Pies, and Green Pies just gives him a little tap there. And Green Pies look back down the inside, but he doesn't do so. So Green Pies is now up into 4th place. Rabbit Joe drops down to 5th. As Fury is now cleared. Craig E, who's had a moment, has dropped all the way back down to 10th place position. Lucas Roth also on the move in the Haas, is looking to try and work his way up and help his teammate out. But Gelram with a great restart is back underway. And there is Big Boy Brazier just behind in a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane for Craig E. That's a shame for him. Not what he would have wanted at this stage of the race for sure. He looked like he was doing very well. He should have really pitted under the safety car. As Nicky in the chat says, come on Fury. And Fury slowly working his way up. Can he cash on to the back of Rabbit Joe? That is the question. Gary 131 is also catching the back of A Smith. Good friend of his, Little Smith also known as, and he is right onto the back of him. Can he find a way past both onto the curb? Gary looking for any opportunity to find a way past. This is your closest fight on track. 2-time pro champ going against A Smith, the Little Smithster. Gary should have DRS. Nope, not yet. Wait for another lap for DRS. And just behind them is Lucas Roth as well, aka Keegs, as most people know him as. But Gary looks like he got a good run there. Can he get past A Smith? That's the question. AlphaTauri versus Aston Martin. DRS is now enabled this lap, so these guys won't be able to have it just yet. Just when they start the next lap, and Gary is right there. Is he going to send it down the inside? No, he's not close enough. So A Smith will just hang on to that position. We go back to the front. Big Boy Brazier seems to be trying to bring that gap down to Gelram. Big Boy Brazier still trying to do everything he possibly can to stick to the back. but currently not able to make any inroads on Gel Ram at the minute while he's on those medium tyres. He can go a lot longer than all the soft tyre runners, and their tyres will start to wear out, as Fury is on the softer tyre anyway, but he pitted, so he looks like he's in good shape just to stick with the leaders. But Green Pie is currently in 4th place position, has got a pit stop done and out the way, and is currently catching the top 3. We drop back a little bit as Rabbit Joe looks like he's made a mistake. That's allowed A. Smith, Gary and Keegs all to get very close to one another. Keegs right onto the back of Gary 131. They're in a little bit of a DRS train right now. And DJ Phil also has got Craig E. Sorry, that's 2 shot for you in front of him. Craig E's had another moment, but we go back to this fight as the lead car is Rabbit Joe. As we've got a yellow flag in the final sector. I think that's Craig E. Yes, Craig E is out of this race, and that is a full-blown safety car once again. So safety car back out again. Just slow the guys down. So who pits, who decides what to do now? We are starting to get into the stage where the tyres should be starting to feel a little bit stressed, especially for the soft tyre runners. So it's going to be interesting to see who bails into the pits. Oh, as Gel Ram has dropped it on his own. Big Boy Brazier goes into the pits. Matimovic is also into the pits. Gel Ram, all on his own, has dropped it. He pits as well, and he just about gets it stopped. There's a big cloud of smoke for him. Is he going to get held up by anyone? He is currently in the pits. So Gel Ram, not the way he wanted to start this lap. So after all of that, Fury's into the pits as well. I'm not sure why, as he lost the front wing, but a lot of people into the pits that lap. That was Big Boy Brazier, Matimovic, DJ Phil, sorry, not DJ Phil, Rabbit Joe, A. Smith, Fury. Gel Ram has lost out massively, and then 2 shot for you bringing up the rear. So Gel Ram with a massive loss there. He pretty much was race leader and has dropped to the back of the pack. Just a mistake on his own. What's happened to Fury? Fury pitted, I think. Or no, he must have dropped it on his own as well. So I'm not exactly sure what was going on there. There's a lot happened in those couple of seconds. So all sorts going on right now. Did Fury drop it? I think he did, Nicky. I think Fury did drop it. So this is your new order under the safety car. 21 laps in. It is Green Pies who leads the race with Gary 131 in second. Third is Lucas Roth. Fourth is Big Boy Brazier. Fifth is Matimovic. Sixth is DJ Phil. Seventh is Rabbit Joe. Eighth is A. Smith. Ninth is Fury CBK. 10th is Gel Ram. And in between all of that is 2 shot for you. At least he is still going and on the way. What a race this is turning out to be. So chaotic. Wow, this race is turning out to be a classic here at Simplay Motorsport. And yeah, Green Pies has somehow managed to work his way back to the front of the grid. Gary 131 needs to basically catch him out at the start, or else Green Pies will disappear into the distance. This is what he's good at. He's good at being at the front and disappearing. Gel Ram earlier on did a fantastic job of holding up the pack. 50 laps still yet to go. We've only done 22. So guys, make sure you tune in next week as the F1 cars will return back on track once again. So I'm just trying to find out which round is there next. After Holland, we do go to Monza, the Festival of Speed. Sorry, the Circuit of Speed, Monza, Italy, where the Tifosi are king. And will PN Motorsport and Big Boy Brazier have the support there, as the Ferrari fans will go to Monza. Green Pies now dictates the pace as the safety car is in this lap. Gary 131 has got a very important job here. Two-time champ. Can he outsmart Green Pies and send it into turn 1? That is the question. So I got a message from Craig. He says fully fluffed it and into the wall curb. So Green Pies ready to get going. I'm going to phone Fury in a minute. Tell him to calm down and be patient. But Green Pies is underway, and that tactic that I said that Gary should have done has gone right out the window, as Green Pies is long gone. Lucas Roth looking to the inside, but he changed his mind as we got Big Boy Brazier on the medium tyre. He'll want to clear these lot as quickly as he possibly can, but Matimovic is just behind him as well. DJ Phil did not go anywhere, and Fury also looking to try and make some moves, as Gel Ram is right behind him as well. Fury's granddad says he won't answer. Pass the message on, says Nicky. As Fury is on the move here, he gets past Rabbit Joe. Now he needs to clear the blue flag of Two Shot For You, and I feel sorry for Two Shot For You. He's really giving it a go here tonight, but he is getting mugged left, right and centre. DJ Phil ahead of this pack now, as Big Boy Brazier goes down inside of Keegs, or aka Lucas Roth, and gets that job done. Now he needs to hunt down Gary 131. As a Two Shot For You, bad enough it is that he has to give up blue flags, but he gets a penalty for it as well. Such a shame for him. It's his first appearance here, as Lucas Roth is right onto the back of Big Boy Brazier and gives him a shove in there. I'm 200 miles away, says Fury's granddad, to give the message to Fury. But Gary now is just off the pace of Matimovic gets past Lucas Roth as well. He's gone winding onto the gravel. Fury has managed to have got the message, and oh no! Fury's in the wall! Fury CBK with a massive crash has put it into the wall in the final corner, after Nicky and Fury's granddad have told him to take it easy and calm down. He has put it in the wall. Tinky Winky is now out of this race. Gel Ram is back into the pits once again with a front wing, but Fury, whoa, what a moment. And Two Shot For You is now got a drive through for speeding under the safety car, so his race is going from bad to worse. Green Pies now will control the pace. Wow, big moment there for Fury. The deaths there. Nicky now finally sees what has happened to Fury. Obviously my stream seems to be a little bit behind. Everyone else's should be relatively close. But it is Green Pies who still leads this race, and it just seems to be safety car after safety car after safety car. So at this rate, Two Shot For You, if he manages to just unlap himself from Fury, he will get a championship point. So his first time out here at Simplay Motorsport, and he will get a championship point for Williams. So that's a good thing for him. What is Gary doing here? He's doing a Max Verstappen there, getting alongside and trying to put Green Pies off a little bit, I think. As there goes Two Shot For You. He now moves up into 10th place position and will gain a championship point, as Nicky says some curse words. So the only Prolapse driver, I believe Matt is under the Prolapse name. Gel Ram is now also trying to catch onto the back of the pack. So yeah, we're down to 10 drivers. We've lost 4. Oh, I'm gutted, says Nicky in the chat. Aren't we all? Fury, Tinky Winky, the man who looked like he was going to be strong here on F1, just seems to make too many mistakes and gets caught out with the damage. So Fury out of this race. Fury's mum says so is Fury. He's gutted. It's a shame, because Fury did look like he was having some pace out there when he had it, but it was just too many mistakes once again from the young lad. Yeah, Matt is the only one now. Yeah, Matt is the only Pro Laps driver left on track. So can Matt win it for Pro Laps, as I believe the safety car is in this lap, so already the safety car goes straight back in. Green Pies now detects the pass. When does he go? That is the question. Gary needs to do a better job this time. He needs to get onto the back of Green Pies and send it into turn one. He's somewhat gone with him, but Green Pies deploying all of his power, and he has gone. Big Boy Brazier looks a lot closer to Gary 131 to send it into turn one, but he's unable to do so. Couple guys into the pits already. Rabbit Joe and DJ Phil both into the pits. Possibly got front wing damage after following cars, but Matt Imovic is looking to make a move on Big Boy Brazier, and right behind them is Lucas Roth, who is on the soft tyre. Can he make his way through the pack? Oh, a big wiggle there from Keegs as we go on board with him as they go through the S's. As Green Pies will want to clear this traffic as quickly as possible, break the DRS as soon as possible. As we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Who is that? A. Smith. He has gone around, but hopefully he can get it going. He stayed out the wall, so he hasn't got major damage, so good stuff for him. He can keep going, and we don't have to have another safety car. But Green Pies leads this race. Gary 131 is currently under pressure from Big Boy Brazier. Big Boy Brazier has got a Aston Martin right up in behind him and right in front of him. He is in the Aston sandwich, but he's got a great run out the final corner. Gary 131 leading this group of cars. Big Boy looks to the inside. Gelram sets the fast lap of the race, but Big Boy Brazier goes down the inside and gets the job done. Can he now hunt down Green Pies? That is the question. Green Pies with a decent gap so far. He has got much older tyres than Big Boy Brazier. Whoa! Did anyone else see that wiggle from Matt Imovic? That was a wiggle and a half, but he's now got Gelram, who's absolutely flying middle, first sector. He is purple. He is right onto the back of the two Aston Martins. Can he find a way past? That is the question. This is perfect for Green Pies. Gelram down the inside. He can't quite get it, but Matt goes deep. So Gelram will stick to the inside. He'll have to go the long way round of the hairpin, but he can't quite get around. Matt is going to squeeze him. They touch. DRS from Gelram. No, they don't. They both hit the point at the same time, so neither one of them get DRS, and Matt stays ahead. So Gelram trying everything he possibly can to get past the Aston Martin duo. Big Boy Brazier has now pulled away from them and is long gone. Gary just touching the curb a little bit, but Matt is on the back of Gary. Matt has got Gelram breathing down his neck. Now DRS is enabled, but Gelram can't find a way past. We've got another car off. That is Lucas Roth, who is currently, sorry, Rabbit Joe, the other hat off at the minute. But Gelram right onto the back of, oh, let's look at this. Gary's made a mistake, and Gelram has managed to try and get around him as well, but Gary's going to have to stick it down the inside. Gelram trying to stick with it as Lucas Roth has a spin in the background. Gary's gone round, and Gelram has also got past Matt Imovic. He's trying to go around the outside. Gary's out of this race. Oh, as they make contact, Gelram pushes his way through and is now up into third place position. Yellow flag in sector 1. Are we going to get another safety car? Gary 131 is out of this race. Don't think we're going to get another safety car. Lucas Roth did a great job of not putting it in the wall. He had a great slide in the background. But Gelram now up into third place position. Yellow flag has gone, so we won't have a safety car, as Big Boy Brazier has been slowly chipping away at Green Pies here. Not massive amount, but enough to give Green Pies something to think about. And Gelram is just absolutely flying right now here. Matt has no answer. Gelram looks like he's going to set another fastest lap of this race. He does so. What pace this guy has. And looks like he is wanting to chase the Ferrari down, as Nikki says in the chat. Fury, I will get Dan and Ben Parker online with you. They will give you some help. We can try. And oh no, that was unlucky for Gary. Very unlucky for Gary. Gel Ramp now onto the back of the Ferrari of a Big Boy Brazier. Any other fights going on at the minute? DJ Phil, not really any fights on circuit. It's the main ones out front as Two Shot for You will now also gain another position. He'll move up into 9th place position and get more points for himself as Gel Ram with the DRS is now onto the back of Big Boy Brazier. This looks like another fastest lap for Gel Ram. He is on the soft tyre and looking very, very quick. Nikki says that Gel Ram kind of clipped in there by the looks of things, and I kind of have to agree with you. It looks like it was a bit of a squeeze, but nonetheless, Gary come out worse of that. Gel Ram to the inside, a 14-0. He is absolutely flying, and he is down the inside of Big Boy Brazier. And another place position gained. Now he is on the hunt for Green Pies. Now, if Gel Ram is listening, please don't follow him home. Give him a race. Take the race to Green Pies. As Green Pies does lead this race, he is on the medium tyre. Gel Ram once again, first sector, he is purple and is catching Green Pies so quickly right now. Right onto the curb, he is hunting these boys down. So Gel Ram, can he take it to his teammate? The leading Alfa Romeo driver at Green Pies, he is currently just ahead of this group. Lucas Roth also in 5th place position. We go back to DJ Phil and Rabbit Joe, who are having a little bit of a scrap. DJ Phil trying to hold on to that 7th place position. Rabbit Joe just got to time it. We got a yellow flag. It's Green Pies. He's rolling backwards. He's lost the lead of this race. Green Pies has dropped it all on his own, and around he goes, and Gel Ram retakes the lead of this race. Just as I'm trying to watch other action, there's more stuff going on as Green Pies has dropped it all on his own. DJ Phil under some pressure from Rabbit Joe. Rabbit Joe just trying to find a way past that Red Bull as quickly as he possibly can as well. Currently on the hard tyre, so Rabbit Joe going to the end by the looks of things. As Lucas Roth has had a moment, he has put it in the grass but has managed to get it going, so he's got a little fight between him and A. Smith. As Keegs does get it going again, he lets A. Smith through and he is back up to pace once again. Currently lap 31 here, 72 in total. Not quite halfway yet. There's all still to play for. But at this rate, it is Gel Ram who's looking very good on those soft tyres. Big Boy Brazier currently in 2nd on the mediums, with Matimovic also on the mediums as well. But these two can go longer than Gel Ram, but how much further can Gel Ram go? These tyres are also relatively young, so they will be able to go for quite a distance anyway. And Green Pies, all on his own, makes a mistake. He's now 21 laps under his belt, as Rabbit Joe has found a way past DJ Phil. So Rabbit Joe will be happy about that. He is now looking to a lap. Two Shot for You, and fair play to Two Shot for You. He's still going, and he will still score points for Williams, so that's the main thing. As DJ Phil is caught right onto the back of him. So now Lucas Roth is looking to try and get onto the back of A. Smith. He's quite a bit behind yet. But this is the main fight out on track. It's Big Boy Brazier versus Matimovic, who is going to be the one on top. And at the minute, Big Boy Brazier and Matt going on the same strategy at the minute. And I believe Big Boy Brazier and PN are probably in a chat together, so PN will be letting him know what's going on track. Probably the same for Gary. Can Matt get a good run here? We look to the rear wing. Does he get DRS? Yes, he does. So Big Boy Brazier is going to be under a little bit of pressure. I reckon these two are running similar setups as Matt sends it down the inside of the Ferrari, and up goes the Aston Martin of Matimovic up into 2nd place position. That puts another place between him and Green Pies. Right now, Matt is outscoring Green Pies, and Green Pies only for him to blame, really. He made a mistake all on his own. Gelram on his own on the soft tyres is 3.7 seconds, sorry, 3.8 seconds ahead of the guys behind him, and is extending that gap while these guys are fighting one another. So the pack starting to spread out a little bit. We still got this fight between Matimovic and Big Boy Brazier. Let's have a look at positions that have been made. Gelram starting where he started. Matimovic currently where he started as well. We got a yellow flag in sector 2. I believe that is Lucas Roth. He's made a mistake. Big Boy Brazier starting exactly where he started. Green Pies making up 4 positions, with A. Smith moving up 1. Lucas Roth has dropped down 1, but hopefully he can get onto the back of A. Smith and give him a headache. So those two are fighting out for those positions. Rabbit Joe has made 7 places. DJ Phil has made 1, and Two Shot For You has actually made 2 places since the start of this race. We lost Gary 131, Fury, CBK, Craig E, Go10 Duffin, and PN Motorsport. Let's have a look at the stops, and it looks like Gelram with 2 stops, 1 stop, 1 stop, 1 stop for the other guys, Matimovic, Big Boy Brazier, and Green Pies. 2 stops for A. Smith, Lucas Roth, and Rabbit Joe, and then Two Shot For You and DJ Phil with 3. No one else more than 3, as Lucas Roth is into the pits, and he also gets a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and him and Two Shot For You are the only ones with a penalty right now. So guys, if you like what you see here, then hit that like button. We've got currently 17 people watching the stream. If you haven't hit that like button, then please do so. It helps us massively here on the channel as we try to expand our channel as much as we possibly can, introducing some new championships and new challenges for the drivers for this season, and new rules also coming in for the GT3s, where there won't be any drop score, there won't be double points either, so it's an all-out war between them. Also, the touring cars have joined the championship as well. Only British circuits, where we'll be going to Brands Hatch Indy, Donington Park, Autumn Park, Island, Silverstone Classic, Snetterton 300, Brands Hatch GP, Knock Hill for the top 12, and also Silverstone National as well. So a massive season for those guys, an exciting one as well. They'll be doing 2 races. 1 race will be flat out from the start, and then race 2 will be a reverse grid, but the top 4 will be carrying ballast. They will have to run 100 litres worth of fuel, and that should slow them down a little bit. The 2 Hasses currently out on track together, Lucas Roth and Rabbit Joe, currently following one another and gaining good points for Haas nonetheless. If they can keep it on track, they will be scoring some good points for the Haas boys. A. Smith currently in 5th and keeping his nose clean and out of trouble. Good points for him. I know his older brother will be absolutely loving that. Ever since Green Pies' little spin, he has not been able to get there. Like I said, not much really going on out on track, but Big Boy Brazier and Matimovic are the 2 going at it at the minute, as Smithy Smith says, go on Little Smith. And he's doing a solid job for AlphaTauri. Obviously Monkey Boy unable to make it tonight, so he's been scoring points on his own, but he's doing a fantastic job of that. I'm trying not to curse. I apologise to anyone who does get caught out by the commentator's curse. So it is currently Gelram leading the race for Alfa Romeo. 2nd is Matimovic for Aston Martin. 3rd place is Big Boy Brazier for Ferrari. 4th is Green Pies for Alfa Romeo. 5th is AlphaTauri of A. Smith. And then it's the 2 Haas boys of Lucas Roth and Rabbit Joe, 6th and 7th. Red Bull Racing in 8th place position and bringing up the rear. 4 Williams is 2 Shot For You. Keep going, man. You're doing a fantastic job, and you're going to score some decent points here at Zandvoort. And make sure you join us in a week's time, where we will be going to Monza. The fastest circuit we go to in Monza, and that should be an interesting one. Will the Ferraris get a huge backing? Will Big Boy Brazier get the win? He's still able to get the win here tonight, as Gelram is still within touching distance of these 2. These guys probably will end up on the soft wire towards the end, so maybe that should help him towards the end. Gelram maybe will go soft again, but as he used too many softs, unlikely because obviously we had a wet qualifying session. So far it's just doled out a little bit here, but the only thing that is happening is A. Smith. Oh, just as I say, things are going quiet. A. Smith has dropped it. 5th place AlphaTauri has put it in the wall, and he is out of this race. Commentator's curse there has hit A. Smith, and he is now out of this race. Are we going to get another safety car? Doesn't look like it. The two Haas boys are going to gain some points. Lucas Roth and Rabbit Joe. Both of these boys are on the hard tyres, what I've noticed as well. So they both move up another place. 5th and 6th for the Haas boys. Brilliant points for them. The only other team that are outscoring them is Alfa Romeo and Haas. What a way to go. You jinxed him, Smithy. And I'm really sorry, Smithy. I mean, arguably, I don't jinx anybody. It's their fault for dropping it on their own. I'm just saying. As Gel Ram currently on the back of DJ Phil, trying to lap him as DJ Phil gets out of the way, or attempts to, and has gone wide. So he is now cleared of the Red Bull. The interesting bit is going to see how Matimovic and Big Boy Brazier clears him. Again, this is really your closest fight, other than the two Hasses going at it. Oh, Rabbit Joe, what a slide. Big slide there for Rabbit Joe. How he managed to keep that together, I'm not quite sure, but brilliant stuff from him to keep it facing the right way. And he's still on the back of his teammate, who's going to become the top Haas driver, Lucas Roth. Oh, Lucas Roth! Keeks has a moment. This might give Rabbit Joe the opportunity. I think Rabbit Joe just lifted ever so slightly there. But the two Haas boys are going at it, toe for toe. 23 versus... I can't remember what Keys is. He's got 2 on it, the standard one. But both Hasses really going at it with one another and really pushing the lips. Those hard tyres seem undrivable, really. Luckily, they got an 11-second gap over DJ Phil, and 2 Shot for You once again is going to pass another car and score some points. He passes A. Smith. He's now up into 8th place position, doing it for Williams, keeping his nose clean. Now, if I was Lucas Roth, I would allow his teammate to go through, as we got a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. Why? Oh, that is 2 Shot for You allowing, DJ Phil allowing Matimovic and Big Boy Brazier through. So they are on their way. Gelram still extends his lead, 6.7 seconds ahead of the next guy. So he goes purple in the final sector. Matt is now starting to extend his gap to Big Boy Brazier. He's not able to really do anything with the pace that he has. So Green Pie's also just not had any pace to catch the top 2. Top 3, as A. Smith has now left the session. It's such a shame for A. Smith there. He's doing very well in that 5th place position, but now he's handed it to the Haas boys. Started with 14. We're about to... If we lose another one, we will have lost half of the grid, and so far we've lost A. Smith, Gary 131, Fury CBK, Craig E 28, and Gt3 Championship and PN Motorsport. All those guys are out of the race, and your remaining driver so far, lap 40, just over halfway, quite a bit now, by Gelram, leading the way with a 7.6 second gap over this man, Matimovic. 3rd is Big Boy Brazier. 4th is Green Pies, who's stuck behind DJ Phil right now, who want to clear him, and Gelram, look at that lap time of 1:13.7. Boom. Alfa Romeo really showing their pace here at Zandvoort. 5th currently is Lucas Roth for the Haas, with his teammate Rabbit Joe right behind him, doing it for the hard tyre crew as well. DJ Phil currently in 7th place position, and 2 Shot for You bringing up the rear in 8th place position, keeping it on track and scoring points. But this man has looked quick all night on those soft tyres. When he went on the mediums, he looked a little bit slow. bit under pressure from the rest of the guys, probably because they were on the soft tyres as well, but now he is in the soft tyre element and he's just extending the gap to the rest of the pack. So Matovic still with that decent gap over Big Boy Brazier. This is kind of we're kind of waiting for the next pit stop stage, and probably the next one to come to the pits is this man, Green Pies. He isn't going to lose a lot because Lucas Roth is currently going down to turn 1. Who's that behind him? Gelram is weaving his tyres a little bit there, as he's stuck behind the 2 Hasses. He wants to clear them as quickly as he possibly can. Rabbit Joe will be given the blue flags now. So we see the blue lights flashing around him. So Rabbit Joe will need to move to one side to allow the Alfa Romeo to go through. There is the blue flags. Rabbit Joe, will he allow him through? He's making it difficult. Really tricky to do it here, really, because there's no... And he's been given a 5-second penalty for ignoring blue flags. And Gelram finally goes down the inside and has got the job done on Rabbit Joe. Now he needs to clear the other Haas of Lucas Roth. So Lucas Roth currently going a little bit wide, touching the gravel there, and he's over the shot there, Lucas Roth. And I think Gelram has got front wing damage. No, he's managed to get away with it. Lucas Roth with a penalty there. Why is he racing with Gelram? I do not know, but Lucas Roth racing with Gelram has only really compromised himself, because he will lose out to his teammate. And Gelram finally clearing the Haas duo. But Giggs is coming back at him. He's going around the outside. Gelram really doesn't need this right now. Oh, as Lucas Ross gets a big slide there. And he's right on the back of Gelram. And these 2 Hasses are really turning into a nightmare for the Alfa Romeo driver. But he's finally cleared them and underway. So that's a breath of relief there for Gelram. Now you got Matimovic and Big Boy Brazier to clear them. So that should be interesting. So currently lap 43, Matimovic still ahead of Big Boy Brazier for 2nd and 3rd place, and Gelram extending his lead. Will go on board with 2-shot view. We haven't seen much of him. It's nice to get on board with this guy, as he's doing a fantastic job. And sometimes this is all you need to do, just stay on track, avoid the incidences, and score some decent points without being in trouble. And like I said, I thought I'd give this guy a little bit of showtime, because he has done a fantastic job of keeping it on track, and he's doing a brilliant job of scoring some points as well for the Williams crew. And it's nice to see that new drivers do get the appreciation for keeping it on track and sticking with it. And it will pay off. He will get points for this, so that's good for him. As Rabbit Joe has now caught his teammate again. Green Pies is kind of in no man's land at this precise stage, all on his own, no one to really catch, as Big Boy Brazier also just on the back of Matimovic and just sitting in his dirty air, probably affecting his tyres a little bit more than Matt. Green Pies, I don't know what he can do from here. There's not really much. He needs another safety car to really drag him back into this fight, but at this stage of the race, doesn't look like it's going to come unless someone has a massive off. But as of right now, I don't see it happening. Purple sector for Gelram once again. I think he went fastest of all. Oh, Gelram has a snap there, it looks like things. Matimovic still in 2nd, 3rd is Big Boy Brazier, 4th, Green Pies, 5th, Lucas Roth with his Haas teammate right behind him in 6th, both on the hard tyre. DJ Phil in 7th and 2 Shot for You in 8th. We'll go on board with DJ Phil for a bit. He hasn't had much airtime. And DJ Phil, again, one of those who is just sticking with it, staying on track and scoring points. Smithy says on for good points, says Smithy for a 2 Shot for You. Yeah, good points. A Smith and Gary 131 will still score points for themselves. First 1 and 2 points for them. But this should be interesting now. Gelram has gone way ahead of these guys. Sector 2. Who's that? Green Pies has had another moment. He's had a spin. Matimovic now has caught the Haas duo. This should be interesting now. Will they get out of the way, or will they cause an absolute headache for him? So, Matimovic down the back straight. He should get the DRS. Rabbit Joe just in front as both Hasses move to one side. Well, that was easier for them. They get right out of the way, and even Big Boy Brazier clears them as well. So Gelram, the only one really to struggle with the Haas duo, as Green Pies finally comes into the pits. Lap 46. And what is he going to do on this lap? He is going to the soft tyres. No front wing either, so he's managed to keep his nose clean, and he is back underway, miles ahead of Lucas Roth, who is currently in Sector 2. And Green Pies is back underway. So now, Green Pies has only got one objective here. Probably unlikely he's going to catch Gelram, but he needs to catch Big Boy Brazier and Matimovic. He needs to have some clean laps. Keep it on track and score some good points here. He needs to finish ahead of Matt. So Matt obviously knows the job he has to do as well. Stay ahead of Green Pies. He's also got Big Boy Brazier as Gelram is into the pits. He is now put on the soft tyre again as Big Boy Brazier and Matimovic goes past. So will he now get held up by the Haas boys again? That is the question, as Green Pies goes purple in the middle sector. Obviously the first lap he is on the soft tyres. He exits the final corner. Gelram well off in the distance for him. He's currently in the banked corner. And Green Pies purple final sector. Green Pies is flying. So can Green Pies do anything about the leaders? He's 10 lap old soft, so he's got some old softs on him. Don't think he wanted a used set, but he's currently on a used set. So Big Boy Brazier and Matimovic, they need to be smart on how they do this now. Coming down to the last few laps, the medium tyres will be starting to struggle. Gelram managed to get those soft tyres to go quite a good distance. So when do these two pit? Matt exits the final corner. Is he coming to the pits? No. Nor is Big Boy Brazier. Then we got the Haas duo who is holding up Gelram, who exits the final corner. Has he gone purple final sector? He hasn't. So Green Pies probably looking to try and go for fastest lap of this race. Can he get the fastest lap of the race? That is the question. Goes towards the line and looked good earlier on. It's not fast enough, so he'll have to go around again to try and get a quicker lap time if he possibly can. So obviously a point extra for pole position and also fastest lap of the race. Gelram still has to catch this Haas duo. Matimovic has pulled a gap on the Big Boy Brazier. Big Boy just seems to be struggling with the medium tyre. Rabbit Joe now the first one to get in the way of Gelram. The Gelram clears him relatively easy, and that's one Haas cleared. The next Haas to clear is Lucas Roth. Green Pies, is he currently on a fast lap? We will find out in a minute as Gelram goes purple middle sector. He will have the benefit of the DRS off the Hasses. As Green Pies goes through the middle sector. Gelram exits the final corner. And Lucas Roth trying to get out the way there. Gelram does a 1:12.8 and he is flying now as Lucas Roth now gets out of the way. Green Pies did not go purple middle sector. So Green Pies has actually got a challenger for fastest lap here. Oh, Green Pies has dropped it big time. Wow. How he has not got a front wheel off, I don't know. And he's straight into the pits. Green Pies, wow. What a shunt there. Is the Haas boys able to catch? Probably unlikely, but wow. That was a big moment there for Green Pies. And he is back underway. Lucas Roth only in the middle sector, so Green Pies really doesn't lose anything. But it looks like he ain't got no front wing. Has he not got no front wing? I don't think he has. I'm just looking at the replay here. And what happened? He goes over the crest and the car just drops on his own. He tries to catch it and it's gone. Green Pies has no front wing. So Green Pies has to try and maneuver around as quickly as he can. Matimovic is into the pits. He's now onto the soft tyre. Gelram looks like he's going to take the race lead. And just a reminder to the drivers who are listening, if you are new to the league, make sure you have your mic settings so all can be heard. Allow broadcasting to be heard so that we can get you in the commentary box and interview you. But Green Pies, front wing damage, and he's very slow. That's going to allow Lucas Roth and Rabbit Joe to get onto the back of him. These two on the hard tyres going the distance, while Green Pies has got front wing damage and has to come into the pit again. Wow. This is falling more into this man's favour. Matimovic leads this in third place position, not leading this race. I'm so used to him leading the first start of the season. He's no longer leading this one. It's Big Boy Brazier who's leading this one at this stage, but Gelram is catching him very quickly in the Alfa Romeo. Green Pies is finally into the pits. Are they going to change the front wing? That is the question. Lucas Roth isn't too far behind with his fellow Haas teammate. So Big Boy Brazier stays out a little bit longer. Green Pies in, front wing changed. And there's Lucas Roth. He just clips the wall there. As Green Pies, you can see him in the pit lane. He now exits. And Green Pies has lost out to the Haas boys. So Lucas Roth and Rabbit Joe, both on the hard tyre, are making it work. They're now ahead of Green Pies, who now exits the pit. DJ Phil currently in 7th, so Green Pies won't get pestered by him. So Matimovic is now coming onto the back of his rival and about to lap him. What a race this is turning into. This is turning into a very exciting round here at Zandvoort, as Green Pies has made a mistake here tonight, and that's allowed Matt to gain some good points on him. Gelram now right onto the back of Big Boy Brazier, lap 51. Only a couple of laps left to go. Big Boy Brazier want to hold him up for as long as he possibly can, but I think it's kind of pointless because Gelram will have the DRS. Big Boy Brazier, and there goes Gelram straight past, as Big Boy is looking to extend his medium stint, possibly so he can have a shorter soft tyre and possibly attack Matt in the later half. But the story of this is Lucas Roth, Rabbit Joe are ahead of this man, Green Pies. They do have penalties, but nonetheless, Green Pies will not be happy that he's made that mistake all on his own. And the Haas boys are in front. Rabbit Joe on the inside. Green Pies goes right round the outside, and easy picking for him. Rabbit Joe done. Next one is Lucas Roth, and he seems to be the more aggressive of the two Haases. So can Green Pies get past Lucas Roth relatively quickly? He's currently on the back of him. Lucas Roth not making it easy, as Green Pies makes contact with him. He's still got the front wing. As Green Pies looking to go right round the outside. Lucas Roth makes contact, and Lucas Roth is round. Lucas Roth is round. Rabbit Joe goes past. Matimovic goes past, and Matimovic gets the DRS as well. Green Pies will be getting the blue flag now off Matimovic, and he trying to clear him as quickly as he can. There is the blue flag, and Matt laps his rival. Green Pies has been lapped by Matimovic, so his rival isn't going to outscore him here. He's currently ahead of him. And so far, Green Pies, unless there's a safety car and he clears Gelram and Big Boy Brazier, there's not really much he can do, as Big Boy Brazier now been passed by Gelram, who did it relatively easy in the DRS zones, and he is now leading this race quite comfortably. What a race this is turning into, guys. Some great racing up and down the grid. And it is Gelram who leads the way. We're still waiting for Big Boy Brazier to come into the pits. Hopefully he's not going to try and go to the end on those medium tyres. If he does so, that would be a bit mad. He's going to give it a go. Green Pies, though, is giving Matt a race, even though he's a lap down. So this should be interesting between these two, as Green Pies doesn't really want Matt finishing. So that he can still gain points, and Matimovic is extending his championship lead over Green Pies. Gelram will obviously take the race win at this stage. If it finishes now, Green Pies would lose points to Matimovic, as Green Pies goes down the inside of Matt and is going to try and unlap himself as quickly as he can, but he will get given the blue flags once again if he deems to be slower than Matt. Is there blue flags? This is the question. DJ Bill has gone past. There's green flags, yellow flag. Why is that? Who have we got off? It's too short for you, and he is off. Can he get it going? Big Boy Brazier is coming around the corner though, and the Williams stays right out the way, so he is out of that mess. Now we've got Green Pies and Matimovic coming towards this, but the Williams has managed to get himself going. So a little bit messy there for Too Shot For You. He's back underway once again and will still score points at this rate, so that's good for him. As Big Boy Brazier finally pits, Matimovic exits the final corner. He's had a little bit of a race going on between him and Green Pies. So Big Boy is into the pits, and Green Pies set the fastest lap of the race, a 1:12.8. And Matimovic has jumped Big Boy Brazier by quite a bit there. So Big Boy Brazier's plan there didn't quite work by the looks of things. And yeah, he's lost out to Matimovic there. So, Big Boy Brazier, after finally getting his pit stop done and out the way, is currently back on track. And is looking to try and catch Matimovic. He will have younger tyres, but he's got a long way to go. 10 seconds to catch, as Green Pies is trying to unlap himself again. But went purple final sector, and Green Pies has a wheel. This is not for position, guys. Let me make this very clear. This is just these two racing, and Green Pies is a lap down. Let's make that very clear. Gelram is well off into the distance on his own. The only thing that can stop him now is himself. But Matimovic is currently holding back Green Pies, who is a lap down. So it's kind of a weird situation, but Green Pies is trying to unlap himself, but these two are so on similar pace that if Green Pies does unlap himself, he'll just be told to get out of the way again thanks to the blue flags. So I'm not sure what Green Pies is trying to do here. The only thing that he could possibly, well, the only thing he can do is try and get past Matt and pull away, but Matt will just get the DRS and just get past him again, and the blue flags will aid Matt to get past as well. So either way, Green Pies is going to struggle at best here to even stop the damage limitation that's going to be happening to his championship. And with both of these two missing rounds as well, every race counts, and at the minute Green Pies will be losing points as Matimovic stays ahead. If these two are not careful, they're going to take each other out and lose points. And the only other real threat to them is Gary131, who's already out anyway. So championship-wise, Green Pies has nothing to lose. Matt has everything to lose at this stage. So Matt has to be careful how he picks his fight. Gel Ram, on the other hand, can just cruise out in front, 15 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. And it's looking good on his own. With no stresses, and it's nice and easy for him. Lucas Roth is into the pits. He's finally come off the hard tyre and serving his 5-second penalty. DJ Phil flies past. Front wing as well for him as he gets his penalty done and out the way. Gel Ram, a 1:12.7. This is a fight between Green Pies and Gel Ram for fastest lap of the race. Green Pies will want that extra point so he doesn't lose as much. He's possibly using Matimovic to get the toe and fastest lap as well. Crosses the line. And it's not the fastest lap for Green Pies. He goes down the inside of Matt. And Matt just comes back down the inside again. Once again, these two battling. Oh, as Matt has hit him. Matt, you did not want to be doing that. You're ahead of him in the championship. You're ahead of him on track. And you're racing him for no reason. If I was Matt, I would not have been putting myself in that situation. He's a lap ahead. That's allowed Big Boy Brazier to get a little bit closer. We got a yellow flag in sector 1. Who is that? That's two shot for you. Has got himself going again. So a little spin, a little pirouette from him, and he is on his way. But Matt and Green Pies once again too busy tripping over one on each other, and Matt has come out worse. Luckily, he hasn't got any damage. So Matt has got away with that one. It allows Big Boy Brazier to get a little bit closer. Green Pies now really hoping for something to happen here. But right now I don't think much is going to happen for Green Pies. It looked like he was trying to force Matt to have an accident or a mistake to possibly give him some points. But Matt will now know not to go near Green Pies and keep it under control. But Gel Ram currently on lap 59 and extending the gap 22.6 seconds ahead of Matimovic after his spin, who's currently in second place position and tripping over his championship rival. Third place is Big Boy Brazier, still trying to hunt down Matt towards the end of this race. With younger tyres he could still possibly do it. And in fourth place is Green Pies, still trying to fight for this championship, but it seems to be slipping out of his fingers. He's got a car between him and Matt, and he's nearly a lap down on Matt, so it's all going wrong for him here. Rabbit Joe currently in fifth place position, solid points for him, and he's still going on those hard tyres, making him work unlike his teammate Geeks. Lucas Roth in a sixth place position, moving to the medium tyre, and he's in sixth place position at this stage. DJ Phil currently in seventh place, and two shot for you is currently in 8th place and scoring some good points for Williams nonetheless. But Gel Ram has been on another level tonight, guys. He has been the man to beat to this evening. The others have just not had any answers. They've not been able to fight him. They've not been able to gain anything on him. And Matt currently extending his championship lead over this man, Green Pies. Green Pies, I think, now will look to try and get fastest lap of the race. And it's been a little fight between him and Gel Ram. So Green Pies just needs to time when to use his battery power so that he can attack for fastest lap. So currently through the middle sector, he's not purple on this lap. Gel Ram coming to the final corner. Is he going to go fastest on this lap towards the line? He does not. So he's probably just saving a little bit of battery. So we go on board with Green Pies. Fastest lap is now what these guys are probably after. So Green Pies crosses the line. And he's 1.6 off his best. So is it this lap he's now going to go for fastest lap of the race? Nice and smooth through turn 1 into turn 2 and 3. Braking for turn 4. The bank corner, dropping down to second gear. Gets a good run. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th towards sweeping left and right handers into the right hander. He's 7/10 off, so he's not finding pace at the minute, and that fastest lap seems to just be slipping out of his fingers. I believe it's still under Gelram at this minute. Yes, it is Gelram who holds the fastest lap, so Green Pies needs to find a tenth or two to take the fastest lap of this race, and he's currently a second off his best, as Big Boy Brazier has now put a lap on Keegs, aka Lucas Roth. So Big Boy Brazier on his way to try and catch Matahimovic. And Jamie looking to try and catch Matt as quickly as he possibly can. He exits the final corner, and he's lapping relatively quickly. We have got Two Shot For You has dropped it. It's a yellow flag. So is the safety car going to come out? Is this going to bring up one last surprise? I don't think it will. 10 laps to go. There's no safety car just yet. As Gelram comes to the end of sector 2, will we get a safety car? No, I don't think we will. That would have helped out helped out Matt and Big Boy Brazier to try and catch Gelram, but it is green once again, and Two Shot For You will not finish this race, but he will finish in 8th place position. Some points for him nonetheless. So Gelram will continue leading this race. Matt would have loved to have been a safety car so we could catch on to the back of Gelram, but it is not to be by the looks of things. So unlucky for Matt. Unlucky for a Two Shot For You. But nonetheless, he's done a very good outing here. Has Two Shot For You to score some decent points for his first attempt, and he kept with it as well, so that is the main thing. So Matt currently still trying to hunt down Gelram, but Gelram with a decent gap at this stage is looking good for the race win. Guys, also, if you haven't done so, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Currently 13 people watching the stream. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified so you do not miss any action here at Simplay Motorsport, as we've got Season 6 is going to be an absolute banger for you. The British Touring Car Championship will start things off, well, technically the F1 here tonight have started things off back at Zandvoort for round 11. We then move to Brands Hatch for the British Touring Car Championship. First round of the season, new championship, new challenges for some of the drivers, and one of them driving it is myself. So see how I get on with my old Astra, and some new drivers in the championship as well, with the likes of John Boy heading to the track, also WSRCJ, Nick De Villa, Cobb, and a couple of the new faces joining us here at Simplay Motorsport. Once in a Touring Car Championship, we finally have it. Gary 131, Keegs, Fury, and many others are in that championship as well, so tune in to see how they get on. Also tune in for Wednesday and Thursday night, as the GT3s have returned back once again for Season 6. GT3 Pro and Pro will be hitting the track as we head to Sekito Suzuka for the first round of the championship. Shake and Bake aren't on the grid for Pro anymore. D-Biggs has got a new teammate for next season and is not under the Shake and Bake name. Myself has taken a sabbatical this season, so I can bring you all the action here and make sure you don't miss a single bit of track action. Can Matimovic take his form that he had in Pro-Am and take it into the Pro? That is the question. With his new teammate Gary 131. Can Little Leach redeem himself in Pro-Am after being relegated in Pro? Can he work together with Smithy and become the ultimate pairing once again to take another Constructors Champion? That is another question to keep an eye out for as well. Can Andy finally get a championship under his belt? And will Disco as well, with Slingshot Motorsport, take the Constructors as well? They've got a big challenge against them. Even though myself and Biggs aren't together anymore, there are still some very top good drivers in Pro to take it away from them. And who is going to be the new Pro-Am champion? That is the question, as DJ Phil has gone off on track, as Rabbit Joe has come into the pits. He is putting on a set of softs, but he is serving his pit stop. As Matt's had a spin. Matt has had a spin. That's going to allow Big Boy Brazier now up into second place position. Green Pies is not going to lose as many points now. So just as things are just starting to calm down and come to the end of this race, Matt Ahimovic has made a mistake. That's given Big Boy Brazier that second place position. But Matt is still ahead of Green Pies. Green Pies will need a miracle to happen if he wants to at least get on the podium and outscore Matt right now. But Matt can't be making those mistakes right now. Green Pies is still in fourth place position, even though he's not pushing as hard. Matt can make one silly mistake and that's big points gone. Jaram looks like he is locked in for this race, for a race win. His first attempt here at Simplay Motorsport is his first visit to Simplay Motorsport, and he looks like he's on his way to take his first win in the F1 Championship, and he's looking very good with that. Big Boy Brazier currently in second place, with Matinovic in third after his little spin. He can't afford for another one. And fourth place is Green Pies, still losing points out to his championship rival. Fifth is Rabbit Joe, and what a drive this man has done. He's kept his nose clean and he is about to score some good points with that. Lucas Roth currently in sixth place position as well. And bringing up the rear is DJ Phil, once again finishing a race and scoring points. We have lost two Shot for You in 8th place. 9th will be A Smith, and Gary131 are the only top guys who have dropped out who will score points. So good points for them, even though they are out of the race. Fury CBK, Craig E, Gt3 Duffin, and PS Motorsport, we lost all of them earlier on in this race, and they will not score points here. It looks like Matimovic is starting to actually catch on to the back of Big Boy Brazier once again, but the tyre advantage will go the way of Big Boy Brazier. So Matimovic is trying his best to hunt him down and at least gain a little bit more points over Green Pies, and it's going to be a challenge nonetheless, because Big Boy Brazier obviously will not want Matt to get past him. So can Matt get past Big Boy Brazier in these last few laps? Ram looks like he is on his way to take another win here. Sorry, another one. I'm so used to seeing him racing, win in other leagues that I'm just assuming he's going to win this one. But he can still make a mistake. He could still push a little bit too hard and put it in the wall. And with his driver not wearing a helmet, it's probably best he doesn't do that. So Ram just wanting to just stick to the track and score some good points. Big Boy Brazier currently in second, but he's got Matt Ahimovic hunting him down. Matt still wanting every possible point he can get out of him. DJ Phil gets well out of the way onto the grass, and that's allowed these two through. Yellow flag, obviously that's DJ Phil getting out of the way. So Rabbit Joe has just been lapped by Ram. I thought that was Green Pies who made a mistake, but Matimovic has caught on to the back of a Big Boy Brazier. So can Big Boy Brazier hang on to this second place position, or will Matimovic find a way past? All these guys will score points, and it's good to see them all finishing the race, as we'll be heading a week's time. Yeah, we're heading a week's time to Monza. I'm just double checking the calendar because I always forget the calendar. But I'm adamant that we are going to Monza as Matovic gets the DRS and flies past Big Boy Brazier and is back up into the second place position. He doesn't want to make that mistake again as Big Boy Brazier is right on the back of him. As DJ Phil is back into the pits with a front wing change. So that's what he needed to sort his car out as he took to the grass. So just double check the calendar as Big Boy Brazier is right on to the back of Matimovic. We've got a yellow flag. That is a Haas. That's off. And it's Rabbit Joe. He's made a mistake. Lucas Roth isn't close enough to really pounce on that. He's sticking with the hard tyre as Big Boy Brazier is in the DRS zone and can't find a way past. So Big Boy Brazier currently stuck behind Matimovic. But we'll get the DRS down the back straight now as the next round of the championship, round 12, will be Monza in Italy. Then we will head to Russia. Sorry, it was going to be Russia, but we are heading to the US of A to Kota. Then we head to Mexico, Brazil, and then we finish things off in Abu Dhabi. But guys, hit that like button. These guys have done a fantastic job tonight. They put on a good show for you, especially the top 4 guys. They've been at it all night long. So give them a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And hit the bell to be notified so you don't miss all the action here as we've got a hectic week ahead of us. Touring cars, GT3s, and of course F1s will be hitting the track as we head to Monza for the next round of the championship. But Matovic is looking good to extend his championship lead over Green Pies. Green Pies damage limitations right now. He just needs to cross the line and finish the race. That's all he needs to do. Hopefully we go to circuits that will better suit him. Monza might be better for him, and also Mexico and others might be a better round for himself. But we go back to second and third. Big Boy Brazier looking to try and make a move on Matt. Is he going to leave it to the very last lap? As Gelram currently in the middle sector. He's still... Oh! Gelram, even though he's on the last couple of laps, he has a big wiggle there. But that's not stopping him slowing down whatsoever. So... Matimovic currently still hanging on to that position. Big Boy Brazier is trying everything he possibly can to find a way past, but he can't do so. And Matt is going to hang on for at least this lap. DRS zone will be coming up as Gelram now starts his final lap of this race. He looks good to take his first win here at Simplay Motorsport. Win his first race on his first attempt in the Alfa Romeo colours. As Matimovic currently still in second, but Big Boy Brazier is a bit closer. Not quite close enough at this stage. Good run out the final corner. Big Boy Brazier is running out of time. DRS zone has been open. These two probably running the same setup as they're all running default setups. We'll keep an eye on Gelram. He's currently in the middle sector. There's a yellow flag. Matt and Jamie have dropped it. And Matt has struggled to get going. He's got a 5-second penalty for causing the collision with Big Boy Brazier. Wow. So Jamie is going to take second place no matter what happens here, even if Matt does get past. So that settles that fight. But into the third sector, into the final sector now comes Gelram. First attempt here at Simplay Motorsport. Here at Zandvoort, Gelram now goes through the final corner and will take the win here at Simplay Motorsport. Congratulations to Gelram. A burnout across the line. Congratulations to him. He wins here at Zandvoort as Big Boy Brazier lets Matimovic through. I think he feels like he deserved the second place position after I think Matt might have dropped it on his own. I think he did. So Big Boy Brazier is going to let off the gas as Green Pies has crossed the line. He'll come home in 4th place position. Rabbit Joe, shout out to him, 5th place position. Get your vote for driver of the day as well, guys, as Lucas Roth is also finishing his race as well. But Matimovic will exit the final corner. At this rate, he will finish in 2nd place position. I think Jamie is just lifting off a little bit as Matt crosses the line in that 3rd place position. Jamie will finish in 3rd. He's lifted off enough so Matt could take that position. So there's your top 3. We're just waiting for Lucas Roth and DJ Phil to finish the race, as I will just get the top 3 in with us now, as Keeks and DJ Phil are on their way to finishing their session, as I just get the top guys in. Can't seem to find Gel Ram right now, so that's good. But it is Gel Ram who is your winner here tonight. Congratulations to him. Matimovic will finish in 2nd, and 3rd is Big Boy Brazier. As Matt joins us in the party, Matt, can you do me a favour, try to get Gel Ram into the chat, because for some reason I can't find him. But nonetheless, those are your top 3. Green Pies will finish in 4th place, and his record of winning every race that he finishes has now come to an end. He doesn't get on the podium in this race, so he will finish in 4th place position. 5th place goes the way of Rabbit Joe. A shout out for Rabbit Joe. He did a fantastic job to score some good points. Also, Lucas Roth will finish in 6th. Haas with some good points under their belt there between those two, and DJ Phil is your last runner. 8th is Two Shot for you. 9th is A Smith. 10th, Gary 131. 11th is Fury CBK. 12th is Craig. 13th is Gt3 Championship, and 14th is PN Motorsport.
It won't let me add Gel Ram because of his settings.
Right, okay. Well, we'll just have the top 2 then for this case, and we'll get him in another time. But have you updated the points now, Matt?
The drivers' tables are updated. I'm just doing the constructors now.
Okay, no worries. Well, in that case, we'll do a quick interview. We'll start things off with Big Boy Brazier. Jamie, an interesting end to the race there, as Matt has a spin all on his own, and then you had nowhere else to go but into him. So, nonetheless, a good race for yourself. It looked like great racing between you and the top 5 anyway. So, explain to you how it feels to take 3rd place.
So I think 3rd was probably the best I could have got tonight. So I just didn't have the pace of Matt and Gel Ram in front. The only thing I could do was just not make any mistakes and just keep it on the island. And so that's what I did. And say at the end, say Matt had an instant. I had nowhere to go. Had a lot of wing damage and a lot of tyre wear. So. Struggled that last lap.
Was that an option to give Matt the win, the 2nd place back, or was it just you had that much significant damage?
No, it's just that I had that much significant damage that I was just really struggling to turn the car in.
Well, nonetheless, it's still good points for Ferrari, and unlucky for PN earlier on in the race. He's very frustrated with himself that he dropped it, but nonetheless, good points for Ferrari. And you go to Monza, the home of the Tifosi, and surely that's going to give you an extra couple of horsepower as you go to Monza.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you definitely got to try and go for the win at Monza. I mean, as a Ferrari driver, you can't aim for anything less around there. But yeah, so hopefully I'll have a bit more pace compared to the others. But I think it was just because I was setting my pit strategy up and I didn't realise how much fuel I had in, so after all the safety cars I ended up with 10 extra laps of fuel, so that's why I was probably a bit off the pace.
Yeah. Well, nonetheless, you did score a podium, and again, I believe that's every race you've entered, you scored a podium here at F1, so congratulations to that. But we'll see you in a week's time as we head to Monza. Actually, no, we'll speak to you within a week because you're either going to join us in the commentary box for the touring cars or the GT3s. So either way, mate, take it easy and we'll see you in a couple of days.
Alright, see you later. Cheers.
We now move on to the second place man, Matt Imovic. And Matt, that race was like a heart rate monitor, I would say. Sometimes you were up, sometimes you were down, and then sometimes you were just going nowhere.
It was a strange one because the pace at the beginning of the race was fantastic. The pace towards the end, Gelram was just gone. I was able to get in front of Gelram early, and the curbs around here, Dan, let me tell you, they are lethal, absolutely lethal. I put one right front tyre on the curb, and round I went, managed to not put it in the wall, and then fell behind Gelram, and I never got past him again until I pitted. Tough race, tricky tracks on Zandvoort, and the curbs are just lethal.
Well, yeah, let's talk about also, towards the end of that race, you lapped your championship rival of Green Pies, and it got to a little bit of a silly dice between you two, something that you probably didn't need to get yourself involved in. There was that moment where you two came together. Was it really worth it? And do you wish you never really got into that kind of squabble?
I was kind of still in the mentality of Joe Ram had pitted 3 or 4 laps before me, and I was sort of thinking his tyres may just die towards the end here. I've got to keep flat out was my mentality.
Yeah.
Green Pies was sort of coming past, taking fastest lap, then backing right off so he didn't get a penalty. So I was kind of like, is he coming, is he going? If he's going, go. You know, just go, because Green Pies, we all know, has got fantastic pace. So if he's going, just go. So then you're not in my way. I could maybe use a bit of DRS, use a bit of slipstream at times, maybe gain on Gelram towards the end of the race with the tyre difference.
Yeah.
Because he kept stopping to then go behind me, I was kind of in two minds. So I'm like, I ain't really got time to mess around here. My mentality was catch Gelram towards the end of this race. And I probably didn't need to be there, but at the same time, I think it was one of them where he also didn't need to be in that situation. His race was gone from him, and it's one of them. Look, that's racing at the end of the day. It was just probably a little bit silly from both of us. He didn't need to be there, I didn't need to be there, but I was fighting for the race, especially because we know that Green Pies will come back stronger next week, and I've got to gain as many points as possible. So if I was to have caught Joe Ram at the end, it would have been nice.
But still, you do have Big Boy Brazier between you in that race, and you do outscore Green Pies, with both of you at some point this season having to miss races. It's very important at each race that you both score as best you can. Green Pies just doesn't seem to have the luck on his side, but you go to Monza. How you feel about going to Monza, and also how are you feeling about the Pro Challenge this week coming up?
So Monza, happy to go to Monza. I like Monza as a circuit on F1. I think the challenge will be great. Green Pies will be back to his best there, I have no doubt. It's a famous circuit, it's a well-known circuit. I have no doubt Green Pies will be back at his best next week. For Thursday night, what a challenge I've got in front of me there. Obviously coming up as Pro-Am champ, there's a bit of weight on the shoulders, a bit of expectation to see what the Pro-Am boys who get promoted can do. None more so than myself. Obviously talk a good game off air, talk a good game to you guys personally and things. I've now got to back myself up, and I've got to prove to myself and to everybody watching, and to you guys as well that are there, that all right, okay, he is here for race wins, and he's not taking any prisoners. So I'm looking forward to Thursday. I'm not a big lover of Sakita. I'm quite glad it's not on the F1 calendar. Suzuka, if the people don't know which one Sakita is, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. I think it's going to be great.
Well, congratulations on second place, and
cheers, buddy.
Congratulations on good points for the team as well. But for the championship standings, it looks like this. Matovic leads the way with 197 points, 29 ahead of Green Pies with 168. Gary 131 still in third with 109 points, with Mazda in fourth. Fifth is Sati. Sixth is PN Motorsport, and the first man who can't now mathematically win the championship, Fury CBK in seventh, with A Smith in eighth. Ninth is Monkey Boy, 10th Emo Guy, 11th is the Much Nuts, 12th DJ Phil, and 13th is Big Boy Brazier, 14th is D Biggs, 15th after that race win and the fastest lap, Joel Ram is now in 15th place position, 16th is Arjun, 17th is Rabbit Joe, 18th KLF 900, 19th Keegs, and 20th is Galik Joe Guten Duffin in 21st, with Bryn in 22nd. And the team's championships look like this. Aston Martin lead the way with 306 points, well ahead of McLaren. Sorry, not ahead of McLaren, ahead of Alfa Romeo, who have 151 points, with McLaren in third place position. I'm trying to read that in a different way.
Yeah, I don't know I've done that.
So McLaren is third with 137 points, with Williams with 118 points. Thanks to the guy who brought it up the end there.
Too hot for you.
That's the one. Too hot for you. He brought it home with good points for Williams, so that's good for him. Ferrari with 89, Haas with 87, 78 for AlphaTauri, Alpine in 8th with 64, and 9 for 9th place is Red Bull with 53, and the Mercedes, the most dominant team in F1 history, in 10th place position with only 18 points to their names. Guys, make sure you tune in on Tuesday night, as we will have some more action for you as the touring cars will hit the track for the first time. Is the Megans going to completely destroy it, or will the BMW of Gary 131, Monkey Boy, and a couple other BMW drivers give him a headache, or will Keegs in the Mercedes or Craig E in the Mercedes give him a go, or will my little Astra do anything about it? Make sure you tune in on Tuesday for that. And also, the championship returns. GT3s will hit the track once again, starting with Pro-Am, with myself and Matt in the commentary box. And on Thursday night, your main show, the pros will hit the circuit. Shake and Bake aren't there to fight their constructors. I'm not there to defend my driver's title, so we will have either a new pro champion or possibly a 3 times pro champion with Gary 131. Can he get that in the bag? That is the question. But from myself and everyone here at Simplay Motorsport, it's a good night, and we'll see you on Tuesday.